Manchester United left it late to snatch a point from Bournemouth after a game that showed that we had control. And here are 5 things we learned from the game between Manchester United and Bournemouth. Away, Bournemouth won, Manchester United won. Basically, number one thing that we're going to say we learned from that is that Rasmus Hojlund's confidence boost. Basically, he needed that goal. His last gasp equalizer may not have been the prettiest of goals in his career, but it could also be one of the most important of his season. After a goal drought of over a month, he has his instinctive touch to divert Manolugate's shot into the net could also reignite his form ahead of United's crucial Europa League semi-final against Athletic Bilbao. Basically, in my prediction for who scored the first goal, because I predicted we're going to win 1-0, and I predicted that we're going to score the goal, and the goal was going to come from Rasmus Højlund, and apparently it came from Rasmus Højlund, but it was an equalizer. And then we had most definitely man of the match performance from Bruno Fernandes. So basically, Højlund remains a key weapon, especially given his strong Europa League form so far, Europa League record so far rather. And hopefully he gets to take this from here and then score in the Europa League because we need him. Number 2, Luke Shaw's timely return. After 14 months without a clear start, a club start, Luke Shaw, his return couldn't have been better timed. Although not yet at peak fitness, Shaw showed composure, experience, and flashes of trademark driving runs. His presence on the left side adds much needed stability in the injury-hit backline, and he could also be pivotal against Athletic Bilbao later this week. Now, pretty much straightforward. I watched Shaw play and I was like, why has this guy been injured? Because he showed a bit of experience and quality, especially with his crosses. When Dogu was moved to the right side of the field, Luke Shaw still shone. Luke Shaw was bombing down that flank and was making some quality crosses into the box. So I'm wondering, if he wasn't injured, we would have been speaking a different language, right? But it is what it is. So we move on to the next one, and hopefully he stays fit for the rest of the season so that we don't have to keep him again if he's injured. And if we have to let him go, we have to let him go then. Then next one would most definitely be, that's number 3, Noussair Mazraoui steps up. Now with Diogo Dalot sidelined and most probably potentially out for the rest of the season, Ruben Amorim needed a solution at right wing back, and Mazraoui delivered a solid performance as always, and was taken off at the 61st minute or 69th minute or thereabout, just to make him have, rest and preparation for Athletic Bilbao on Thursday. Now, Amorim, like I said, needed a solution, and Mazraoui delivered. Energetic in attack and committed in defense, and obviously the Moroccan showed he's ready to fill Dalot's boots if needed for the Europa League ties. His sharpness, including his amusing head-bobbling dribble, basically added a lively spark to the right flank. He did really well in that game, and his rating was, I think, 7.5 in that game. He did really, really well, for a player who we got for a bargain price. That is actually the bargain for the season. Performed top performance and barely put a foot wrong in the game, but it is what it is. We have to keep moving. And then next one is number 4, which is Amorim's new look attack. Deploying Alejandro Garnacho and Kobe Mainoo as the dual 10s behind the striker gave United flashes of creative promise. And I said that Amorim did something where Bruno sometimes will switch with Kobe Mainoo to be able to fill up that 10 spot while Kobe Mainoo drops in, and then they switch again. Same thing happened as well with, throughout the game. Basically, Mainoo will switch to one of the 10s and Bruno switched to one of the 6s and vice versa. Now, Garnacho was constantly threatening while Mainoo's close control created several openings, which is what I admired about the game. Mainoo's close controls in tight corners and creating chances and all of that was very key, albeit it looked like the field was very slippery and stuff, but they've been playing in different fields for years, so you can tell. Now, although goal scoring remains an issue, this tactical tweak might just be the spark that United need for a sharper attacking display going forward. But it is what it is. We're expecting Matheus Cunha. There's more news coming out that most probably going to be here we go next week, but we're going to give you that much later. But now we'll move on to number 5. Number 5 basically is that the focus is firmly on Europe. Despite the heavy minutes for Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, Harry Maguire, Amorim's early substitutions of key players hinted at a bigger picture. And that's the bigger picture we need to be looking at. All eyes were on Europe, on the Europa League, with Mason Mount, Ugarte and Obi getting minutes off the bench and resting of some starters during the second half. I mean, it's clear that United are gambling everything on securing European silverware and a backdoor entry into the Champions League. So, yeah, it is what it is. It is. We have to just focus on what we need to focus on to get what we need to get. And obviously, Europe is the key. Winning a Europa League trophy is something that would be good for the club, considering how bad our season has been. But let me know your thoughts and feelings about all of this. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about Amorim's approach to all of this, and then we can build from here. But, you know, it is very key that we got that draw so it doesn't taint Amorim's record already that is already really bad in the season. But let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section as we build on to this. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Goodbye. And God bless.